So we're in Walmart shopping, and it is unbelievable how expensive food is. I don't know how people are surviving because food is just so expensive. You know, and we don't make more money, but everything goes up. And I don't understand how people are surviving because I'm barely, and between my wife and I, we make okay money, I guess. But I guess it's not okay nowadays because literally everything is so expensive. We're getting like 4 bags full of shit for $200-$300. It's disgusting, and I'm over it.
I would love to know how everybody's affording to live. I sent my fiance, because they're still fiancés because weddings are ridiculous, but I sent him out to the store. I asked for garbage bags. I asked for 2 rolls of paper towels. And I asked for 2 vitamin waters. I said, go into my wallet. There's $30. Take it. So we don't use the credit card because that's probably at the max. And he gets back. And I'm like, okay, where's the change? He's like, what change? It was $34. I said, $34? What the did you even get? And for everyone saying, oh, well, just use reusable paper towels. Listen, babe, we're not doing that. We tried that method. It doesn't work for this family. The juices spill in and everything else. The main point is that it shouldn't cost $34 for 4 things, okay? I want to know, how are we affording to live? Because I'm 2 seconds away from a mental breakdown.
It's tough out here for everyone. I'm a controls engineer. I have a good job. I've been doing this for a minute. You can Google a controls engineer salary. I should be able to live very comfortably as a single man with 3 kids. I should have no financial struggles. I should be able to afford a home. I should be able to afford a brand new car. And all of this while taking trips and having vacations. And I live in a trailer. I drive a fairly new car, yes. But I have to budget. Like, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I cannot get ahead. I do not buy expensive clothes. I do not take expensive trips. I do not put stuff on credit card. I'm not there yet. But for what I make, I should live very comfortably, and I don't presently. I thought at one time if I made as much as I make now, I would be rich and have no problems. And that's probably true 8 years ago. But over the past 5 years, I have seen my standard of living substantially drop. I am living a lower middle class lifestyle. And I make good money. I don't drink my coffee out. I make it at home every day. I carry my lunch. I take my kids to fast food maybe once a week, $30-$40. I have a Planet Fitness membership. I shop at discount clothes. I thrift for almost everything. So telling people to just stop buying coffee and they could afford a home, or just to wait a little bit till they can afford kids, is just gaslighting people. We're being robbed by our government, through the hands of corporations, by our government's control. And hearing people and reading comments that people are just don't get it. They really don't. I feel bad for my kids. I feel bad for people starting out today. Gen X didn't have it very easy. The millennials didn't have it very easy. And I don't know what Gen Z is going to do. We're in a bad situation in this country financially. We're $38 trillion in debt, and they're about to turn the printers on again, which is going to cause even more inflation and even more problems. So I don't have easy answers, but telling people to stop buying coffee and wasting money, like that's we're past that. We're way past that. It's time to do something. I don't know what, but something's got to give.
The first sign is not a breakdown. It is someone quietly abandoning an ordinary goal because pursuing it costs more energy, money, and hope than expected.
In 2 months, it's going to become completely unaffordable to live in the United States. And I'm not talking about luxury lifestyle. I'm talking about basic middle-class needs.
I cannot make this up. I'm just homeless, living out of my car because I had to move out of my house. The dogs are jam-packed. So yeah. All right, we are checking out of the Airbnb. I do one last walkthrough and make sure I have everything. I took the couch covers off, stripped the bed, and finishing a load of laundry. But the dogs are ready to go, the car is packed. And I always get so paranoid that I'm gonna leave something behind. Sit. Sit. Maya. Teddy. Teddy, go. Teddy, up. Teddy, go. Max. Callie. Callie. So we're in the process of moving right now, and the car is just jam-packed. So yeah, the dogs just have to deal with it. Dogs are in the car. One last final walkthrough, and then on to the next place.
Me and my husband, we live paycheck to paycheck. And when I say paycheck to paycheck, I literally mean it. We have one child. We live in a 1-bedroom with a den for our son. It's perfect for the 3 of us, but we live paycheck to paycheck. Literally half of my husband's paycheck is going towards rent, and the other half are car bills, food, gas, everything else, stuff for our child. And we could barely make it by. We just, by the skin of our nose, make it by every single month. I don't even know how sometimes, but how are people able to buy houses in this day and age and have multiple kids and go on vacation? Like, I'm asking for a friend, like, how are you able to do it? Please comment down below, because I really need to know. I feel like we're missing something, or I don't know. Like, it's hard out here. It's rough. And I've seen a few people post about this, but like, it's not talked about enough. How are people making it work? I really want to know. Please.
This is a summary of what it is to live in the United States in 10 seconds. We pay taxes on money we earn, taxes on money we spend, taxes on things that we already own, with money that we have already been taxed.
2 months before the election, I chose to give up housing and move full-time into this minivan that I'm cleaning out right now, simply because I trusted myself more than I trusted the federal government. And I was betting on the fact that no matter who got elected, it would be a long while before housing costs went down or wages went up or the economy changed a little bit for the better. But I'm here to report back 14 months later. I knew the whole time I could go back into the misery of living in an apartment and paying rent if it was better than this. But it's not, for me at least. And it takes a certain kind of person, scrappy, remote job, adventurous, no kids, overly confident probably, to do something like this and make it a financially strategic move. But it was. And I just want to say that if I was paying $2,300 a month in that beige box Colorado apartment on year 3 of the lease that had started out at $1,750, watching this particular news cycle, I would be in the psych ward. So it all worked out.
Partner and I are both looking for second jobs, and we both work full-time. Yep, let that sink in. We both need a second job, and we both work full-time jobs. And it's still not enough. It's still not enough. This new America that we live in, it's exhausting. It's draining. I'm sitting here on break at work, and all I can think about is looking into other jobs so that I can make a better income. And the fact that my partner and I need 4 sources of income. People used to live on 1 source of income. We need, technically, right, if we both have 2 jobs, we need 4 fucking sources of income to live in America. To live in New York, nonetheless. Don't even get me started on living in New York, because that's already a problem in itself. But it's exhausting. I'm so beyond exhausted.
Hi, I am a resident of
That decision can look rational today. Delay the repair, skip the move, cancel the plan, and protect the little stability still left inside the household.
The new American dream is to leave America. That's the new American dream. You know, I've been following people on TikTok who have moved to other countries, and this one guy I follow, he moved to Thailand 6 years ago, and he said the number one question he used to always get from his friends was, why are you leaving America? And now, all he hears from his friends when they write him or call him is, how can I leave America? It's funny how things have changed so much in 6 years. Not funny. Sad. Really sad how things have changed in 6 years. I mean, this is now the third world country. America is a third world country. Isn't that nice? We all now live in a third world country. Sick. And it ain't getting any better. That's for sure. I mean, people move to these other countries because it's safe. You don't got to worry about bang bang every day, you know, if you got kids. I mean, I don't, but I mean, people that have young children today, like sending their kids to school, you say goodbye to them in the morning and it's like, this really could be goodbye. Healthcare, forget about healthcare. Even before these subsidies go away, you know, so many people paying $500 a month, $900 a month, $1,200 a month. Last week, now, everybody getting these letters in the mail, their premiums double, triple, quadruple. You know, I was posting, I think, the other day about this girl. She's running for Congress, or like a House seat. I forget what state she's in. Anyway, she just got her Blue Cross Blue Shield, and it was up 546%. Nobody could, who could pay these premiums? I mean, it's literally, you got to choose between healthcare, you know, your mortgage, your rent, or food. You got to have food. More than likely, you want a roof over your head, so can't do all three. So it's going to be healthcare, just people living without healthcare. God forbid you get hurt, go to the hospital, you're done. Your house that you may have owned will now belong to them. It's crazy. So yeah, sadly, the new American dream is to leave.
I don't like what's happening with our kids, and I think this is a really shitty time for them to be growing up or being on the cusp of adulthood. I have a senior in high school who is applying to college. He's received 2 acceptances so far, and he is not excited. There is no excitement there about what the future holds. Will AI take my job? What can I major in that is safe? I will never be able to buy a house, or I'm going to be 40 by the time I can afford my first home. They are entering the world with a very different mindset than in the late 90s, early 2000s, us as parents. I mean, I got that college acceptance letter and it was like, oh my God, I couldn't wait to go. There was no way my future wasn't bright. Like the whole world was in front of me. And I feel so bad for these kids because does not seem like that. The messaging is not the same. I think rightfully so. I want to hear from you guys, from other parents who are in the same boat as me. Like, what is the conversation that we have, without being Pollyanna, you know, positive, as my son will say, because we'll talk and he's like, you're naively positive. Maybe I am. I just want to hype him up about the future. But I'm scared of shit too, guys. Like, what the hell?
But every retreat changes what becomes possible tomorrow. The short-term protection can quietly become lost mobility, fewer choices, and a smaller life accepted as normal.
Well, here we are. It's Friday, and we are just literally minutes away from the border to Canada as we flee the U.S. Who would have thought at age 60 that this would be our day and our plan and our actions? And I know fleeing sounds dramatic and like something from a movie, but it's really true. We just feel so scrutinized and so silenced and so being portrayed as enemies within and being portrayed as domestic terrorists because we're standing up for what we believe in this country and what we believe is being violated and is going into an authoritarian regime.
Anybody else feel the same way, where you're like overwhelmed and stressing out about everything, but at the same time you just feel defeated and you don't care? I don't really know how that works, but we're here, so.
Can't believe we had to be adults in the most unaffordable time in history. Like what luck is that? You know, every other generation got starter homes. We got starter packs for depression. Our parents were buying houses for the price of what we pay in rent now. Meanwhile, we're out here financing phones like they're real estate. Groceries, forget it. I walk into the store with $100 and leave with 2 bags of sadness and milk. You know, eggs cost more than my car insurance. Avocados are basically an investment property. So, and don't even talk to me about rent. Rent is just a cover charge for existing. Like, you're paying over $2,000 a month for the privilege of living in a box with suspicious plumbing. You know, utilities out of control, internet, forget it. You know, health insurance, this is an extortion racket. I mean, you can't even get sick, but being alive is already too expensive. We really got dealt the worst hand. I mean, we were told work hard and you'll have stability. Nah, we worked hard and we got, Spotify Premium, 3 streaming services and trauma. So, other generations got the American dream. We got the American receipt.
Okay, guys, there's something we have to talk about because I'm getting to be really worried about us as a society. This is the second time in a row now where I wanted to use cash that I had, which I don't do very often, but I had some cash in my wallet and some change that I want to get rid of. And I've gone to a place and purchased something and gave them a little bit extra so that I can get a full dollar back versus breaking a bill, and gave change. And when I tell you the actual stop that gives this person, they can't compute. It's like a computer has broken down and stalled for several minutes. And this is, unfortunately, I fear turning into an epidemic because we're starting to not use cash. And I really think that this is scary. And I just was listening to someone on here the other day saying that we're losing our ability to think. And I understand the places I was at, it's probably not the most adept people in some of these jobs, but you should be able to type the numbers into the system and count change and have it spit back the right number and count the change out. I'm worried that we no longer can do this as a society. The general population might not be able to. It's getting scary out there.
Look for the pattern. In your own experience, compare the evidence, and tell us what you stopped pursuing first and what that retreat ended up costing. Like and subscribe. Bye!